Hello everyone, welcome back to our history class. Let us begin a new chapter, Cities, Traders and Craftspeople, chapter 6 of our history textbook. Let us discuss the towns and cities of medieval India, the types of urban centers found in India during the medieval period, such as the administrative centers, temple towns and pilgrimage centers, centers of trade and commerce, port towns, and finally, founded towns. First, let us discuss the towns and cities of medieval India. During the medieval period, India was prosperous. This development was the result of the political and economic policies followed by the Delhi Sultans and the Mughal rulers. Under the Mughals, trade and commerce flourished as the rulers supported trading activities and removed all obstacles to the movement of goods and people. Some towns in various parts of the country perform multiple functions. Many foreign travelers visiting India during the medieval period left behind several accounts. Ibn Battuta's descriptions of Indian cities date back to the 14th century CE, during Muhammad bin Tughlaq's reign. Historians say that about 15% of the population live in urban centers. Now let's see the types of urban centers. The process of urbanization was different in different regions. Each region had different social and economic forces which influenced the formation of towns. Most of the towns developed because of the specific function they serve. Let us see one by one. First, administrative centers. Some towns such as Delhi, Agra, Hampi and Kanauj had a distinct character. They were the capital cities and developed as centers of power and administration. They were well connected with other urban centers. Almost all capitals were fortified for protection from invaders. These cities were also hubs of cultural activities, like poetry and painting. They depended on royal patronage. Next, temple towns and pilgrimage centers. Many towns developed because of religious significance. Towns such as Thanjavur, Madurai, Tirupati and Somnath developed as temple towns. Their economy and society were often greatly influenced by the temples. Towns like Benares or Varanasi, Nasik, Kashi, Srirangam, Chidambaram, Mathura and Ajmer were important pilgrimage centers. They developed as urban settlements due to regular patronage by rulers, devotees and pilgrims. Sometimes pilgrim towns developed a center culture because of their association with a particular faith. For example, Jain centers of pilgrimage emerged in Gujarat and Rajasthan. The next type of towns are center of trade and commerce. Towns and cities in the medieval period mostly grew due to flourishing trade and commerce. Large villages had initially served as centers for weekly markets and fairs. Now, they became part of regional trade routes. These growing towns attracted different kinds of artisans, craftspeople and traders. Both Benares and Mathura were located on trade routes along the river Ganga and Yamuna, respectively. In Rajasthan, urbanization was boosted by the growth of merchant families. Rajasthan provided links with Gujarat, central India and the Gangetic Valley. Pali and Bayana were important towns in Rajasthan. Bayana was known for indigo. In the south, some towns were located at the intersections of important trade routes. Certain towns emerged as a hub of production of a particular craft. They attracted a large number of craftspeople and traders. Benares, Kanchipuram and Hyderabad flourished because of the popularity of crafts or textiles of the region. Next, port towns. Cambay, Surat, Goa, Cochin and Masulipatam were thriving port towns. Ports were important for international maritime trade. The growth of trade with Southeast Asia and West Asia led to increasing prosperity in these towns. Next, finally, now let us learn founded towns. Many new towns were founded in this period by rulers, powerful nobles and officials. Fatehpur Sikri was founded by Akbar to honor the Sufi saint Sheikh Salim Chishti and to celebrate Akbar's conquest of Gujarat. Hyderabad was founded by Sultan Muhammad Quli Qutb Shah when Golconda became overcrowded and congested. Shahjahanpur, Muradabad and Ghaziabad were among the towns that were set up during this period. Sometimes towns were also formed by joining a group of villages. These towns were populated by transferring people from other places, either by offering concessions or by force. Apart from the ruling class and the nobility, the towns had shopkeepers, bankers, moneylenders, craftspeople, hakims, scholars and artists. Different classes of people live in different types of houses. Government approval was essential for setting up a new town. The seventh city of Delhi, Shahjahanabad, was also set up during this period. It was a lavish statement of the power and prestige of the Mughal Empire. Located on the banks of the river Yamuna, it had a number of important structures like the Jama Masjid and Chandni Chowk. The royal residence was at the Red Fort, an exquisite fort palace. Shahjahanabad was home to the nobility, high-ranking officials, prosperous merchants and traders, and renowned poets, musicians and artists. These are the different types of towns which flourished in medieval India. With this, let us conclude our class for today.